Okay, this is Ringwalk Media, Association with Redline Specialist Cars, Highland Whiskey Clan, one-to-one boxing gyms, and the Glove Box Management, Kevin Murray. You hate the camera, but tonight you're going to make an exception because you have another European champion, Callum Simpson. What a fight, mate.
Yeah, what a special night. Incredibly entertaining fight, a huge performance, and another huge night, 15,000 crazy Barnsley fans out there, so yeah, very special, but it's kind of just that moment where it's like and breathe, as you say. It's just,
well,
wow.
I'll tell you what, before we talk about the fight, talk about the bloody ring walk. Jesus. Yeah. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I mean, it is incredible. It's intense. I mean, I've been fortunate to be in some, incredible arenas. You know, even if you look at other sports, I'm a big football fan, so I've been to like Celtic Rangers games and Milan derbies and things like that. And there's a noise, but because you've got all Callum's fans who kind of like know him, it's not just sort of, hey, come along and watch the boxing, and they're there and sort of just watching it. They're his mates and his friends, and they're screaming and shouting, and the force of the noise is like a feeling. So yeah, it's a worry how he's going to deal with it, because when you're walking through, you're looking around thinking, wow, it's a strange thing, it really is. And I sort of set up there. I think that first round flash knockdown might have done us a favour, because it did wake him up a lot more, and I'm glad it was that flash knockdown then in that first round, than if it was a heavy one later. So yeah, it's emotional, that ring walk. It really is.
Well, listen, we've had a big build up to this fight because it was a big fight.
Yeah.
Ivan Zucco has not been underestimated, definitely not by you guys, but kind of in the media it was like Callum Simpson's expected to win. Out in that ring, you could tell that guy is almost a world-class fighter, Zucco. Callum has really come of age tonight, hasn't he? Yeah,
Zucco, top amateur, unbeaten. He's been mandatory challenger for the European for a long time. A very dangerous fighter, and you do exactly what you said there. It can be very much easily it's a Callum Simpson show. Yeah. We're in Barnes. It's all about Callum. There's another guy in the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Us as a team know how dangerous it is, and we have the worry, and Callum's not daft, he switches on as well, but exactly like you said there, a lot of people get carried away with it's a Callum Simpson show and forget about what's coming across us. That guy's had more knockouts than Callum's had fights, so for me that performance tonight is outstanding, and I hope he gets his props for that tonight, because Zucco is the real deal. He's very solid, he's very well schooled, and he whacks. Look at his record. And obviously we saw tonight, he's a thunderous puncher. Every time he throws a shot, it's real venom in it. So, even though we were relaxed and we were happy with where Callum was in the fight, there was still an element of danger right up until the stoppage, because Zucco can punch.
Now, I think the fight changed around about round 6. We all know what happened in the first half of the fight. It was very up and down both ways, to be fair. Callum winning some rounds, Zucco getting the knockdowns. It kind of had everything. But the second half, Callum started to dominate. And I think there was a tweak you guys made with the shoulder. Tell us about that.
The little tweaks I had to sort of make during the fight was, one, to not let Zucco rest, and that was by using the jab, so that occupied Zucco and that stopped him launching that big looping shot where he needed to really set his feet, plant that shot and catch Callum who was just coming in. By Callum throwing the jab, it keeps Callum's side on rather than square on when he got caught, so we wanted him to sort of pepper with the jab, keep Zucco occupied, keep Callum's side on, and that brings his way in. Then when he gets in and he gets him against the ropes, rather than the wild hooks, is get your shoulder into Zucco's chest, where you're safe, keep the shoulder up and throw the uppercuts. Because that's a tidy shot. So as you're down and you've got the shoulder up and throwing the uppercut, it's a lot safer than throwing the wild hooks when you've got the southpaw throwing the backhand. And he followed it to a T.
He absolutely did.
And it was a great end of fight performance. So really proud of him for that.
In terms of maturity as a boxer now, I'd say the last 3 rounds of that fight were probably his best as a professional. Would you agree?
I think so, and especially after the knockdowns, and as dangerous as Zucco was, he did box brilliantly, and he took Zucco apart. I'd have to watch it back, but I think we won every round, but it was always that element of danger all the way through, especially with the knockdowns. You're sort of there in the corner thinking, right, we're happy, we're winning the rounds, but Zucco at any moment can let that detonator off, and then will it be one we don't get up from? So right up until the stoppage, Zucco was very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Now, we spoke to, obviously, in the press conference, we just asked Ben about, obviously, world honours, and he said that's possibly going to be next year. Callum's going to come out again in September, October time, maybe. Any idea who that might be with?
Obviously, I keep saying it, my fundamental job is to get my boxers in and out of this sport with the most amount of money, with the least amount of damage, and we have to map the career sensibly as we go along.
Yeah.
As I have my old boxing trainer's head on, not my manager's head on, we've still got things that we want to work on in Callum, because in my opinion he's world class, but we want to get him there and keep him there by tidying up on a few things. So ideally, maybe, if we fight before the end of the year, maybe Sean Heppel, who obviously won tonight.
Good shout.
Or Liam Cameron in Sheffield. Something like that, if we're going to be out again quick and then sort of go again. We've got to remember he's not had a lot of fights, Callum, and because of the amount of tickets he sells and the amount of exposure he gets and things like that, there will be a tendency to want to rush him, and before we know it, people will be speaking about putting Callum Simpson in a world title fight. He's a world class fighter, but we've got to build him right before we get there. So that's what I'll be looking at now. Obviously, the TV and other people will be like, world title fight tomorrow, and away we go. And if you leave it up to Callum, he's fighting for a world title tomorrow. But to build a product, because we've got something special here, let's just look at it sensibly and get him the right fight, and we'll do that over the next few weeks now.
I'd quite like him to see in with Sean Silky. I think that's a great fight, especially in learning at a different level with a different kind of fighter. I think that's a very good shout.
Yeah, I think it's a sensible fight. I think it's he's a very good fighter, as we saw tonight. But I think it'd be another little test for Callum. Without a shadow of a doubt, it is like exactly said that it's a different style from tonight. A murderous puncher southpaw. So something like that. It'll just keep us at the level we need to be at the moment, and then we'll go again.
Well, listen, it ended well. He is a European champion. What were your thoughts just as that kind of fight got called off in the corner there? He wins the European title. What was it like?
I mean, it was strange because we were in that corner and he lands the uppercut and he goes down, the referee counts, stays in the corner, Callum goes over, he lands the uppercut, he goes down, says, it's just going to keep bouncing up again, this fella. And I think it was the right decision where the corner came up and said, he's done. He's had enough. I think the referee would have stopped it anyway, but I was pleased to see the corner team coming up and stopping it. And it's just elation because I'm his manager.
You're his mate as well. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean I can't word it like that because it's even more than a mate. Because I honestly feel part of the family now because they're beautiful people. I've fallen in love with them. I've seen what they've gone through. They're just special people. You can't do what Callum's done, like tonight, if it's an act.
No.
And I see what people see little snippets of Callum, where they'll see Callum and they'll say, "What a nice lad," and does something. I see Callum doing this on a daily basis. When people aren't watching, he's just a brilliant fella.
One of our own.
He's one of our own, and his family are brilliant. It's just that elation of. It's nice that the nice guys don't always finish last, and Callum Simpson's one of the best, and he's going all the way, and he's showing people that, I'm old school. You said, I don't talk much and things like that. I am old school. I don't want to do stuff like that.
No.
But
sometimes, Kev, you have to take the credit and you have to enjoy the success that you contribute to as a manager and as a person close. You have to also enjoy it, mate. I really enjoy it, and this is a bit that I will enjoy, and it's special. I think a lot of him. I'll protect him in my life, and he's going to get what he's owed and earned. What he's earned,
yeah,
absolutely. Now, very, very quickly, because I know you want to go and enjoy yourself. Sylvia Doligala,
yes.
She's out next Saturday.
She is.
She's got the rematch.
Yeah, I mean, she's ready for it. She came tonight and she's bouncing. We all felt she was unjust in the first fight, but it was a good fight.
It was.
She's trained twice as hard and she's twice as ready. It's we love the team, all the Golden Gloves weighing and things. So we did promise whatever happens we'd have a rematch. So we're going to go over to their backyard now, and it'll be a great show. Pat Barrett always puts on a great show, so we'll go over there and we'll have a great night. But Sylvia's going to win. I'm really confident. When you get on a roll, they tend to keep rolling, and Sylvia will win next week and keep the belts coming into camp, and we've got quite a few of them at the moment.
Not got too bad, have you? And my good friend and your friend Mikey Gomez Jr.,
yes.
5th of July, he's back out in Manchester. He's going to have another go at Akib Fiez. I mean, that's going to be a cracking fight, mate.
It is. Listen, it's going to be a great fight. Mikey's he's well fired up for it. He's fired up for just going to the corner shop. So he's really fired up for this fight. You know, it's the one he kind of wanted, really. You know, after that fight, it was a poor performance. We will just put it like that, really. It was a very poor performance against Bellotti. We have our reasons, but I'm not going to take anything away from Bellotti because he fought the perfect fight. But it wasn't the best Michael Gomez that night, and he's got to now show everyone that. And this is how he can do it against a very good fighter in Aqib Fiaz. I've always rated Aqib Fiaz. I think he's a great fighter and a great lad. I think it's going to bring out the best in Michael Gomez, and we'll see in a few weeks.
And the last one, your other European champion, Jasmina. You mentioned there might be something coming up. I know you probably can't tell me, but have we got some news coming soon on Jasmina?
Is this where I say no comment? Listen, Jasmina, again, you know, Mark Hurley's gym, the Dickies gym, they're flying. You know, they're flying, and I hope Mark starts to get his props. You know, he's a wonderful man. He's a brilliant trainer.
He's a clever trainer.
He's a very clever trainer, you know, and he's meticulous, you know, and Callum trusts him with his life. It's a very special relationship. And his gym's flying, so Jasmina will keep going, and I believe she's going to be world champion. I believe, and I'll do everything I can to get her there.
It's the worst swerve ever. Listen, mate. Honestly, what a cracking night. You deserve everything you guys get, and we'll see you Saturday night next
week. I'll be there.
Thanks, Kev.
Brilliant. Thanks, buddy.